Welcome to the stream. Today I'm going to be having a look at Marvel Legendary. Specifically, we're playing the Guardians of the Galaxy expansion from way back in 2014. So, as a bit of history, Legendary was my first modern board game. You can tell it's my first modern board game because I'd heard about sleeving and I couldn't afford so many sleeves, so I've got the really sort of crappy little penny sleeves that do a good job at when you put the pile of cards down, they all slide all over the table. So, but anyway, yes, in our games group, since we've started being able to meet back up again, we played Legendary on Monday and it reminded me how much I enjoyed it, so I fished my copy out. I do a rules summary document on Board Game Geek, so I'd heard that there was a new pack coming out soon, so I updated that according to the postings on Upper Deck's blog, and then noticed that although we're already in, middle of July, they are still saying that there are going to be 4 expansions coming out this year, of which the first one hasn't come out yet. And the 4th one will be an MCU version of the Guardians of the Galaxy pack. So that's made me fish out my Guardians of the Galaxy expansion from 2014. And I've set the game up as 2-player, solo 2-handed. There's my 2 shield decks. I've used the 5 Guardians that come in the pack. My mastermind is going to be Thanos, of course, and the scheme I have chosen is Forging the Infinity Gauntlet, of course. So we have 8 twists in the villain deck. We have the Infinity Gems villain group in the deck. And then as the additional ones, I can't remember who I've put in already, even though I only set it up 10 minutes ago. So yeah, for those of you that aren't familiar with Legendary, it's a deck builder. So you start off with a very basic set of hand of cards, which is shield agents. Heroes will fill the HQ. And then as you play cards, heroes will fill that will basically be your shop of heroes you can buy. And then as each player takes a turn, a villain will come out or something bad might happen, which will slowly populate the city spaces, which probably isn't really a good theme for Guardians of the Galaxy. You can then fight those villains, or if you fail to fight them, they will eventually escape, and when they escape, bad things happen as well. So, what else? What else do you need to know? I've replicated the sort of turn order up there because I always forget things. Most notoriously, I will forget to draw a villain card at some point during this stream. Main changes to the Guardians of the Galaxy. As mentioned, there are a set of villains called the Infinity Stones. So these, as it says, these represent the Infinity Gems under Thanos' control. But this pack introduces these shard tokens, which is a new thing in Legendary, or was a new thing in Legendary. Some cards will instruct you to gain them, and you can then use those cards as attack power. Unfortunately, so can the villains. So add a little bit of variance to the game there. And there are some cards in here called artifacts, which we can handle. So yeah, I will keep that there because I will have to refer to it despite me doing this rules summary for Board Game Geek. Doesn't mean I remember it all. That's the point of the document. So here we go. Let's populate our HQ. We have Drax, Star-Lord, Drax's Ultimate, Star-Lord, Star-Lord. Who shuffled these cards? Okay, so we'll go with the player on the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards into their opening hand, and of course, actually I haven't shuffled these opening hands. Let's, for what difference it makes, let's shuffle them. See, there's only 2 types of cards in here. Shuffle this deck as well. And the computer is deciding to install a Word update while I'm streaming, so let's hope that doesn't muck things up good and proper. Okay, so player on the left goes first. Villain enters the city. It's a bystander. Now I'm not sure actually what happens with the bystander when there is no villains in play. I'm assuming that Thanos captures her. What I've done as well, I've only included the unique bystanders. I've left out the generic ones that came in the deck, just so that some interesting things might happen. Okay, so player 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 draws their hand of 6, and they have 1, 2. So again, if you're not familiar with the cards, the coin on the bottom right is how much it would cost if you were purchasing that card from the HQ. Obviously, these shield agents start in your hand anyway. And then what you can do with them, you have a 1 attack on that card, or if it's a star, it is a recruit point. So I have 1, 2, 3 attack. At the moment, the only thing I can attack is Thanos, who has 24 health, as you can see. And I have 3 buy points, so all I can do is I will buy Drax. Card you buy goes straight into your discard pile. Everything you played goes into your discard pile, and then you draw up a new hand of 6. Player 2. A new villain comes into play. It is Demon Druid, villain from the Kree Star Force. He has a fight of 5. Ambush. Another villain in the city gains 2 shards. Well, there are no other villains in the city, so I guess that just doesn't happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Opening hand is 1, 1, 3. Oh, and I haven't filled up that slot. That should be filled up straight away. So I've got 5 buy points, 1 fight. So I can't do anything with the Demon Druid. I've got 5 buy points, and everything is either 4 or 3, or obviously there's Drax's thing. So, what do I want? So, as you start building up your hand, you can start building up interactions between the different types of card. The colour, it basically relates to this little secondary icon here. So you've got your red, your blue, your yellow. There's also a green. Your shield cards are grey. Often there might be an ability on the bottom. So for example, this one has got the red icon, gain another shard. It says gain 2 shards when you play it. Red icon, gain another shard. So that means if you've already played a red card that turn, you can gain a second shard. So you see this thing start to match up. Right, I will go for, let's go with the annoying Star-Lord. That cost me 4. I got 1 left, nothing else I can buy, so I discard my hand, draw up my new hand of 6. Obviously I only have 6 more cards in my hand, in my deck. Okay, now we have a Groot. Okay, back to this player. Next villain comes out. It is Phalanx. Again, you can see here the difference. This is one from the core set, and as you can see, that writing at the top is almost illegible thanks to the art behind it, whereas on later ones they put some shading behind it just to make it actually legible for a start. Okay, so he doesn't have an ambush ability, he just has a fight ability, so when I choose to fight him, something will happen. Okay. So that was this guy's fight card, and again I only have 1 fight. 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 buy points, so I can't fight the villains. I could spend 5 on something to buy. Yeah. So I will buy. So this guy was. This I went for Star-Lord over there, and that was a blue, wasn't it? I need attack points, but that's only one attack anyway. Let's take a Star-Lord over here as well. There's nothing else I can do with my hands, so they will get discarded. My deck is empty, so I get to shuffle, and now we know in this deck are 2 purchased cards, so there is a slim chance one of those might enter my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, all grey. So that's his hand drawn. Over to this player. Villain enters the city, and it's another phalanx, so they all move up. Basically what will happen is when this, if this fills up and then a new villain enters the city, that card will be classed as escaped, and I think escaped means you take a wound, but I might have to double check that. Live rules checking on a stream. I only played this on Monday. So if villain escapes, the escaping villain KOs a hero that costs 6 or less from the HQ. Okay? And the player chooses. So KO is this area out of the game, so they are out. Not refilled that. That's it. They will not come back into the game. Okay, so draw a new hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, you might be able to do some fighting here now. I can buy 3 and I can fight 3. So let's buy Gamora. And let's fight for 3. We will fight one of these phalanxes. So fight. Reveal a tech hero or KO one of your heroes with a fight icon. So I've done the fight, so I've defeated him, but I have to KO one of my fight heroes. And at this point in the game, if you're going to KO, you may as well KO one of your grey heroes, because they're the crappy ones you don't really want to see again. Let me draw back up. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, look, I've drawn, well, 3 for my next hand. But now we're back to this character. He draws his villain card. He or she, sorry. That's a power gem. Ambush. Power gem gains a shard for each master strike in the KO pile or stacked next to the mastermind. We don't have any KOs, any strikes in play. Any shards in play, should I say. So again, nothing happens. Right. So this chap on the left has a solitary fight, and Buddy has 5 buy points. So actually I'm going to buy, let's buy Groot. That space fills up, and we will buy Gamora. So that's for 5 points spent. Draw it back up to 6. Right, actually have some characters in my hand for my next turn. Okay, over to this guy. Play 2. Ronan the Accuser. Ambush. Each player simultaneously points their finger to accuse another player. Each player who is accused the most gains a wound. Well, that's kind of pointless in a solo game. They will both point at each other. They are both, I'm assuming, we'll put a wound in both. Whether we should or we shouldn't, I don't know. A wound is essentially a dead card that puts your hand up and doesn't do anything. Okay, you can get rid of it by having like a dead turn. Right, so he's had his go. No, he hasn't. He's just drawn his villain. So I have, for some reason, I accidentally put Phalanx into my discard pile there. So let's just redraw. So I have Star-Lord, who is an artifact. So you can use an artifact on the first turn you play it. You control multiple artifacts. When I draw that artifact, you may play it in front of you and use its abilities. So he's going to sit there as an artifact now in play. Once per turn, gain a shard. There you go, I have one shard. Then I have, he's not red, is he? No, he's blue, quite obviously blue. I will play Gamora, gain 2 shards. So in fact, I'll just put that back and get a 3. For some reason they've done 2, 3 and 5, but all of them have got 1 on the back, so it's quite confusing as if you've got the ones face side up, you no idea what the other side is. Would have maybe had a bit of a 1 and a 2, a 3 and a 4, and a 5 and a 6 maybe, I don't know. Okay, so my remaining cards, I have 1 fight and I have 3 buy points, but I have 3 shards, so I can spend the shards to get a +1 fight. So I will spend 2 of those shards to make this fight a 3, defeat the Phalanx. Fight, reveal a tech card, I don't have any, or KO one of your heroes with a fight icon. So it's going to have to be this guy. You can KO heroes you have played, it doesn't matter, it's just basically taking them out of the loop. Okay, and we draw back up to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I have a hand of grey, which is nice. Okay, back to player 1. We draw a villain card. It is a bystander, so that gets kidnapped by Ronan the Accuser. So in our hand here we have 3 fight. We have 1 purchase. We have 2 purchase, but that will also say choose an artifact any player controls, so I'll pick that one. Play a copy of one of those abilities. Once per turn, gain a shard. And then I will also play Drax. Look at the top card of your deck, discard it or put it back. I will discard it. Well, it makes no difference because I'm going to be reshuffling the deck anyway. Not discard it because I will definitely be drawing that one and then 5 more. So that's got me 3 fight points, can't fight anything, but 5 purchase points. So I will buy Gamora, and that is this go done. We draw up to 6. 1 would be a grey, wouldn't it? Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I always found them the wrong way round. So we've got 2 characters and 2 heroes and 4 greys. Okay, back over to player 2. Once per turn, gain a shard. I'll just take another 1. Villain comes out. they shuffle along. I only have one fight, so again I cannot do anything about the villain that's just come out. But I have 5 spend. Still can't afford the big Drax's ultimate. You can tell it's an ultimate because it doesn't have the sort of the coloured frame around it. Although it is classed as a yellow card because it has the icon. But his ability is double the fight that you have, which is obviously something we're going to need fighting a 24 strength Thanos. But that is a long way away. I currently have 5 spend and 1 fight. I could up it to 3 fight to take Supremor out. The ambush, sorry. Supremor and the Mastermind each gain a shard. So when an enemy gets a shard, they basically get +1 fight for each shard that they have. And when you defeat them, you take one of the shards and return the rest to the supply. So now I can no longer fight Supremor. So I will just buy, and I will buy. What have I got? Trying to remember what I've been focusing on. I've got 5 spend, so let's buy Groot. Groot, that's Drax even, for 3. But that's it. So I don't have any more buy points to spend because I only had 5 and I've spent 3. So that's that go done. Draw back up to 5, 1. Two, 3, a wound, 4, 5. Okay, so back to this player. Villain card comes out. It's another phalanx. The city is full. Next villain to come out will cause an escape. So what have we got here? We have 1 shard, 1 fight, 2 fight, and 4, 5 spend. When you draw a new hand of cards at the end of this turn, draw an extra card. So 2 fight is not going to get me anything. 3 fight could take the phalanx out. So I'll use 3 fight to take out the phalanx. Fight, reveal a tech hero or KO one of your cards. Okay, I will KO the Shield Trooper. And then I have 2, 3, 4, 5 spend, but Gamora's ability there says a villain gains a shard. So I will give a shard to, I think I'll give it to the low guy. But I have 5 spend, so I will buy let's buy Rocket because he's a tech card. I've had a few reveal a tech card things, but now I can't afford to buy anything else. So that is done. I played Groot this turn, so I get to draw an extra card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Another hand of grey and a wound. Right. Okay. Back over here. Draw a villain card. It's another phalanx. Phalanx, however you're supposed to say it. Right. Once per turn, gain a shard. So I'm at 2. I'll now go to 3. I only have 1 fight and 3 spend, but what I might do is because I have a wound in my hand, you do have the option, if you don't recruit any heroes or defeat any villains, you may KO all the wounds from your hand. So I might just treat that as a dead go, or yeah, I'm going to treat that as dead go and get rid of the wound. Okay, draw back up to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, back over to player 1. We draw a villain, and I think something bad's going to happen now. Oh, it's the time gem. So the demon druid escapes. He doesn't have an escape ability, so nothing happens there. But we have to KO a villain, a hero, sorry, costing, what was it, 6 or less? 5 or less, I think it was. Six or less. So which of these are the least useful? I think that one. Okay. So that was his villain coming out. He has 3 buy points, sorry, 3 buy points and 3 fight points. I could fight the phalanx. Sorry, ambush. Play another card from the villain deck. Time gem gains shards equal to that card's printed victory points. It's a scheme twist. It doesn't have any victory points. So scheme twist. Starting to your left and going clockwise, the first player with an Infinity Gem artifact card in play or in their discard pile chooses one of those to enter the city. Well, neither of us have an Infinity Gem, so that is our first scheme twist. There are 8 in total. Right. Well, that could have been worse. So, back to this player. Sorry. 3 fight. Could take on the phalanx. 3 recruit. Could take Groot. They're all great cards, so they've got no interaction, so look at this, I'm putting my discarded cards on top of my victory cards. 3 buy Groot. 3 fight to fight phalanx. I have to KO a card with a fight icon, so I'll KO one of my 1 fight ones that I just used, but I still have my wound. Right, draw back up to 6, 3, 4, 5. So you can see now my hand is slowly filling up now with character cards rather than generic shield cards. And I just realised I am holding my hands off camera, which isn't so good for the stream, is it? So let's adjust this very slightly and you can get my overhanging gut into the picture. Right, Smega, sorry, how long have you been there? Okay, and then the final card I draw to make my hand of 6. It's another shield agent. Right, back over to the second player. Villain card comes out. It is another gemstone. Infinity Gem. A Reality Gem, should I speak. Ambush. Reality Gem gains a shard for each Infinity Gem villain card in the city and or escape card. So each other? No, for each. So there are 2, so it gains 2 shards. Nice to see you anyway. Hello. So we now have 2 Infinity Gems in play. No, 3 in fact, so that should have been a 3, not a 2. Didn't notice the power gem over there. But can I do anything about it? I do not think I can. So, once per turn, gain a shard. So I've now got 4 fight there. I don't have any other yellow cards in play. I will play this artifact as well. So once per turn, get +1 fight. I will play Gamora, gain 2 shards. So I'll put that 1 back and get a 3. So now I've got 6 shards. I have 3 buy points. There is nothing in the store that costs 3. So I have 1 fight, but I've got another 6 fight here I could use. So that is 8, that is 6, that is 7. I will use the all 7. So that's 3 shards. In fact, I've got that one as well, so I could go to 8. But no, I'll keep that. In fact, that means I don't have to spend one of those shards, doesn't it? So I will defeat the power gem. So let me just double check what happens. I think it just goes into my discard pile like an ordinary card. Yep, you play it like a hero. So it goes into my discard pile as normal. Fight, oh, it even says it on it. Put onto your discard pile as an artifact. Okay. Draw up to 6. 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm back to a full grey hand. Okay. Right, back over to this player. Villain. Supremo. So everyone shuffles along. Ambush. Supremo and the Mastermind gain a shard. In fact, flip that to a 2. There's a 1. Okay, so what have we got? What can we do? I've got 4 fight. So he's a 4 fight. He's 8. He's 5. I'll play Star-Lord there. Choose an artifact another player controls. I will choose the once per turn gain a shard, so I will gain a shard. Copy that ability. So I've now got 3, 4, 5 fight. I only need 4 to fight that Supremo, so I'll use these 2 cards to fight the Supremo, keeping the shard for later. I also gain that shard for fighting him. He doesn't have a fight ability, so he just goes straight into my victory pile. And then that leaves me with 4, 6 spend cards, not quite enough to buy the big Drax. So 2, 3, 4. Can't use a shard as money, can I? No. Look at the top card of my discard pile. No, top card of my deck, can discard it or put it back. Yes, I will discard it because it's a boring grey. Okay, so I will buy. I have 6 points to spend. I will buy. Got reds and yellows here, haven't I? Any bonuses on reds and yellows? Nothing there. Let's get that rocket that gets us bonus shards for playing Guardians characters. Seeing as I only have Guardians characters, that sounds like a good idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. my hand for next turn. Okay, back over to player 2. Villain enters the city. Korath the Pursuer, ambush. Each player may draw a card. Korath gains a shard for each card drawn this way. I'm going to draw a card for this guy because I've only got grey. It's another grey, so Korath gains a single shard, so he's now a 6 fight. Unfortunately, I cannot do anything about that. I have a solitary fight. Once per turn, gain a shard. I get an extra fight from that artifact as well. So that puts me on a 2-3. I can maybe do a 4 fight. Nobody is a 4 fight. And I have 5 stars. I will buy... I might get another Starlord Shard creator. Okay. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should put my discard pile. 6. Okay. That's player 1. Villain. Oh, there's another phalanx. So Ronan the Accuser escapes. Each player simultaneously points their finger to accuse another player. Each player who was accused the most gains a wound. Well, you can, if you choose another player, you can choose each other. You're both equal, so you both get wound. So he escapes, and the bystander, I believe, is just KO'd. Let me double check that. Each player must discard a card from their hand as a penalty for failing to rescue the bystanders. After all, what kind of superheroes let innocent bystanders get carried away by the villains? Okay, so we have to... I've not refilled that either. We have to KO a hero costing 6 or less, and then each of us have to discard a card. So I will discard the cheap Groot, which gets replenished. Everybody moves up. We get another phalanx. Right, so discard a card. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll discard one of the buys, and I will discard 1, 2, 3 buys. One of the buys. Right. That was this person's go, wasn't it? This player's go. So, what have we got? Now I have fewer cards in hand. I can play that. When you draw a new hand card at the end of the turn, draw a card. I'll play that. Same again. So I get some extra card next turn. I've got 2, 3, 4 eye points. There's no 3s in play. I'll play that too. You may discard a card, so I'll discard one of those and draw a card. Well, that made no difference at all. So I still have 4 buy points. So I will buy... What shall I buy? It's probably more complicated looking because I'm playing 2 hands. I'm playing a 2-player game as one person. The basic flow, I mean, as I say, it's up there. each turn you draw a villain card. They will gradually fill up and escape. So what you're trying to do is buy better heroes so you can fight those villains and then eventually fight Thanos, who we have to fight. What I forgot to mention is you have to fight him 4 times. Right, okay, so he's had his turn. They had their turn. Draw back up to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. Over to this player. New villain enters the city. It's a scheme twist. So twist, starting the left, going clockwise. Each player with an Infinity Gem artifact card in play or in their discard pile chooses one of them to enter the city. Well, neither of us have them in play. This player has one in hand, but it's not in play yet. Then put a shard on each Infinity Gem in the city. So that gets 1. And that gets 1. Okay. So, what do we have here? We have a power gem. I will play that as an artifact. So now, once per turn, I get +2 fight. Oh yeah, once per turn gain a shard. So this shard business is making it more complicated as well. This is a new thing in this expansion. Literally, normally it's just what's printed on your card. I will play Gamora, gain 2 shards. And now I have 5 shards. I will fight. So let me just make sure. So I did to gain a shard. I gain +3 fight. And I have 1 fight from my card there. I got 2 spend points. I can't spend them because 4, 5, 7, 8 and 4. So fight wise I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got fight of 9. I might fight that reality gem because that is 9. Yeah, let's do that. So I get 1 of those shards. I spent those 5. The other 3 go back into the deck and I get the reality gem. Okay. New hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All grey. Boring as whatever. Okay, back to this player. New villain card. It's another scheme twist. So each player with an Infinity Gem artifact in play. So I've only just put this one in play. Chooses one of those Infinity Gems to enter the city and puts it in the discard. Puts a shard on each Infinity Gem in the city. So I wasted all that money buying, fighting or whatever that Infinity Gem. And it went straight back again. Okay, so that was the villain for this player. So I've got a wound in hand, so I can't do anything with that unless I choose not to do anything this turn. I've got 2, 3, 4, 5. Got 5 stars, as you can see. So that's 5 spend points. But if I use this one, a villain gains a shard. I might do that anyway. Let this guy gain a shard because he's about to escape anyway. So 2, 3, 4, 5. I could actually also do a fight of 3, spend those 2 shards, and get that phalanx. Fight, reveal a tech hero or KO one of your heroes with a fight icon. So I guess I will just KO that guy. But I am going to be spending 5, so I will buy, come on. Draw a new hand up to 6. Groot, rocket, shield, a wound, shield, shield. Okay, back over to this player. Villain enters the city. It's another gem. Ambush. Space gem gains a shard for each empty space in the city. There are none. So, in terms of what I can do, right, let's trigger my artifacts. Once per turn, gain a shard. So now I have 2 shards. Once per turn, I get +1 fight. Well, I've not replaced that either. The lowest fight we've got is a 5. Could I get to 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. No. So all I can do is buy 5. I'm not doing very well and I'm not getting much fighting done, so I'm going to get Groot. That's my go done. Draw a new hand. 1. Star-Lord. That's another artifact, so get that in play. 1, 2, shield. 3, shield. 4, shield. 5, shield. 6, shield. What a boring hand. Okay, over to this guy. New villain card. And it's Dr. Minerva, which means Supremor escapes. We have to KO a villain costing 6 or less. Let's KO that Drax, I think. Okay, and then Minerva's ambush ability. Each Kree villain in the city gains a shard. There is only 1 there. Is that 2 on the other side? It's not. Okay, so I have 2. You may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. I can't discard a wound. 2, 3, 4, 5 spend. And 1 fight. Five spend. Let's take that one. That helps you get something positive out of a negative. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 3 heroes, 3 shield. Getting a little better. That gets replaced in the store. Back over to this guy. New villain enters the city. It's another phalanx. So Time Gem escapes. Now then. It doesn't have an escape. Okay, so I don't think anything happens. I think it just gets KO'd. I mean, just goes into the escaped pile. I have to KO a villain that's a hero that's 6 or less. Let's KO. Let's KO the cheap rocket. Right. Back over to this player then. So that was this player's player 1 card. We have 2. In fact, now we get down to where playing cards in the right order, in a different order, helps. Because this one has a green ability. You may KO a card from your hand or discard a pile. If you do, gain a shard. But you can only do that if you've already played a green card before this one. So I'll play Surviving Sprig for 1 fight. I'll play that for 2 fight. That gets me onto 3 fight. You may KO a card from your hand. If you do, gain a shard. So I will KO Shield by. I will, and then that puts me onto 4. It's not going to do me any good though, is it? And then buy points, I will go 2. Look at the top card of your deck. Discard it or put it back, So I cannot do anything. I've only got 4 fight points and 3 buy points. If I hadn't KO'd that card, let's say I didn't, then I'd choose not to do that. So I've still got 4 buy points. I will buy an artifact. And then because I played that Groot card, I get to draw an extra card this turn. So we go 1, 2, 3. Four, 5, 6, 7. Because of the extra ability. Okay, back over here. Villain enters the city. It's another scheme twist. So anyone with an infinity gem in play or in the discard pile. Discard piles on both sides are empty, so nothing happens. And then put a shard on each infinity gem in the city. So this one gets 1, that goes to 2. This one gets 1, that goes to 1. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to play this artifact, which is once per turn gain a shard. So now I gain 2 shards. I gain 1 fight. So I could potentially have 5 fight here. I've only got 5 cards. Is that because I had to discard 1 at the last turn? I can't remember. Did I? No, I just played a card, that's why. I didn't replace that. So I have 5 purchase. So I'll spend those 5 and buy that Gamora. And then I have 2, 4, 5 fight. I will take out Dr. Minerva. She has no fight ability, so that's it. Spent those 4. Okay, let's go down. 1, shield, 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 wound, shield, reality gem. Okay. So over here, villain enters the city. It's another scheme twist. Has anybody got a gem in play? No. Has anybody got a gem in their discard pile? No. Excellent. Shard on each gem in the city, so that goes to 3. That one goes to 2. That's it, there's only 2 there. just double checking that if a gem escapes, does it go to Thanos? I've got a suspicion it does. Oh no, evil wins when 6 infinity gems are either in the city or in the discard pile. So I'm going to rotate that one so I can keep tabs. And if a player controls 4 infinity gems, that player is corrupted by power. That player wins and evil wins, and all of the players lose. Nice. Right, so meanwhile, what was I doing over here? That was a scheme twist. So let's start by going 2. The villain gains a shard. Let's put a single 1 on the phalanx. I spent those 2, that's 2 buy points. So now we're at 4 buy points. I'll then play that one. Another 2 buy points. Choose an artifact another player controls with a once per turn ability. Play a copy of those abilities, so I will gain a shard. Then I will play 3 fight. A villain of your choice gets no thingies from shards. Then I will play another one of that one. A villain of your choice gets no thingy by shards. And if you play 2 red cards, the mastermind gets no thing from shards. And then lastly, I will play that. You gain a shard for each other Galaxy Guardians hero you played this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 shards. Thank you very much. So I got 1. So that puts me on 5. So now I have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 attack. I can pick 2 of these not to have a shard ability. So 13. So I can do 7 and 5 is 12. I can do 2 though, can't I? So that it will be 7. I might take the 2 space gems because we don't want them getting into these 2 gems. I don't want them getting into the infinity, into the what's it? Oh, I think of words. So I gain 1 of the shards off him. 1 shard I didn't spend because I did 3, 6, 7, 8. I've already forgotten what they were. I think that's right. Okay, that was quite a powerful turn. Draw a hand for the next turn. Shield, sword, Drax, shield, Groot, Groot. None of those were the draw a card Groots, were they? No. Okay, over here. Villain enters the city. It's another scheme twist. Anybody got an affinity in play or in their discard pile? I've just got 2 from them, haven't I? So I choose one of those to enter the city. Let's choose the space gem because it has the lowest fight. Space gem earns a shard for each empty space in the city. There are currently 2 empty spaces, so it gains 2. And then each other shard. Yeah. Right. So that was this guy's. Yeah. So once per turn gain a shard, get 2 shards from those 2 abilities. Once per turn gain an extra fight. I currently have 1 fight. I've got a wound, so that's no good. I will play the reality gem as an artifact. That gives me the ability to check the top card of the villain deck before I play it, and if it's not a scheme twist, I can move it to the bottom and gain a shard. But obviously I wouldn't be able to stop that because that was a scheme twist. So that leaves me with 3 spend and 1, maybe 2, 3, maybe 4 fight. I could take out a phalanx. Let's take out a phalanx. I get that shard. And then I have 3 spend points. Can't afford to buy anything. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. Right, back over here. Villain enters the city. It's another phalanx. Right, so what have we got? Put the boring grey ones down first. I'll play an artifact. Once per turn, gain a shard. I'll play 1 Groot fight. I'll play 2 Groot fight. Once per turn, you can KO a card from your hand or discard pile. If you do, gain a shard. I will discard, KO that. Gain a shard. And then I will play that. Look at the top card of my discard. My card, discard it or put it back, I would discard it. If I've already played a yellow card, which I haven't, so that doesn't trigger. So I basically have got 4 fight plus an optional extra 4. So let's take out the space gem. So I get 1 of those. I didn't use 1 of those, so that leaves me with 2. Let's that go done, and I draw an extra card because I played that Groot card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, back over here. Player draws a card. It is Captain Atlas, villain Kree Starforce. Gets +1 for each shard on the mastermind. Oh, brilliant. And if he escapes, we lose shards or get wounded. So, what can I do? Right, once per turn, gain a shard. So that goes to 2, and then I get 1 more. I could have discarded that Atlas to gain a shard, actually, so I might do that. Before you play a card from the villain deck, reveal the first card top on the villain deck. If it's not a scheme twist, you may put it on the bottom. If you do, gain a shard. So yeah, so that didn't move on. Okay, what can I do then? I have 1 fight from the Greys, 2 guides from the Greys. I'll play that Gamora card, gain 2 shards. 1, 2. Play that. Let's say I played that one first so I can gain another shard. Villain of your choice gets no. So he's on 7, so I'm bringing him down to 5, so I can actually do some damage here. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I can take him. I get one of those shards. And I didn't have to use any of my shards up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that is terrible. Okay, back over here. Villains enter the city. As you can see now, we're managing to start dealing damage to the villains. There's almost none left in the city, so we are getting stronger compared to what we were like at the beginning, but we're still nowhere near being able to do 24 points of damage, -2 per infinity gem controlled by any player, which at the moment is 1. So that means down to 22. But he's got 2 shards on him anyway, so that puts him back up to 24 again. Okay, so what have we got here? We've got 2 wounds, so we can ignore those. We've got 3 buy points from shield agents. I'm going to play this Rocket Raccoon artifact. When a Master Strike or a villain's ambush appears, you may gain a shard. Did I just bring out that Shatter Axe? I think I did, didn't I? And then I have a Rocket Raccoon. So 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 purchase power. Once per turn, gain a shard. So I can fight 3. So I might just spend those. No, I'll save them. 2, 3, 4, 5. I will buy Groot and branches. Don't think I've bought any cards for a while actually. Okay. New hand. 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, back over here. Villain enters the city. It's another phalanx. Are these infinite phalanxes? No ambush. So we've got a wound. And then we've got a handful of grey. Right, let's get this right. First of all, once per turn, gain a shard. That's an extra 1 there. Flipping that to 2. And that's an extra 2 there. Flipping that to 3. Then I have 1 fight and 4 buy. So I may as well spend the 4 on Star-Lord. Maybe with, so I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fight. Save it. I want to at least have taken 1 of Thanos' Master Strikes out. 2. 3, 4, 5, 6. I definitely need to get this guy buying some more. Right, over here, villain enters the city. City is filling up again. Ambush. Reality Gem gains a shard for each Infinity Gem villain card in the city. There's only 1, and the escape path 2, so gains 2 shards. That was an ambush ability, so I gain a shard. Once per turn, gain a shard. You may discard a card, if so you may draw a card. I'm going to discard that fight because I've only got 1 fight. It's a wound, unbelievable. Sorry, I'm gradually rotating off camera. So I have 4 spent points. 6 spent points. So I will buy that Star-Lord. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Over here, villain enters the city. What was I saying about there being no villain? Scheme twist. Starting to your left again clockwise. First player with Infinity Gem artifact in play or discard power chooses 1 to enter the city. So then I have got 1 Infinity Gem in play there, so that enters the city. Ambush. Ching! Gainer. So ambush, reality gem gains a shard for each Infinity Gem in the city or escape pile. So we've only got 1 in the escape pile, but there are now 3 in the city. Okay. So what can I do? Wound. Maybe I ought to start using that a bit. Oh, it's the other guy's ability. No, it's gone. It was that. Who was that gemstone? I'm just right. 5. Right. Once per turn, gain a shard. Twice, so that 3 becomes a 5. I get +1 fight, and I got 4 buy. 4 buy. I will buy. Come on. 3. Got 2 left, can't do anything with. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 fight. So I think I will get that, get one of those shards and the phalanx. Hope I'm not accidentally putting any others in my disc. No. Okay. New hand. Shield, shield, Gamora, shield, Gamora, Groot. Right, over here, villain enters the city, and it is another gem. Ambush. Ching! Gain a shard. Space gem gains a shard for each empty space in the city. 1. Artifact once per turn, gain a shard. Okay. And did an ambush ability, wasn't it? So gain a shard. I'm going to play that stone. Once per turn you get +2 fight. Then I've got a wound there, so that's not going to do anything. That will only trigger off a green card, so that's 2 fight. Gain 2 shards. You may spend shards to get resource points this turn. That should have been replaced. So actually I'm going to buy to spend 8 to buy this Groot. He gives me 5 resource points, but when I recruit your next hero this turn, you gain shards equal to that hero's cost. So that's going to get me at least 5 shards every time I play that. 4. To replace him, I've got 4 resource points. Let's take that. Can't see it. I think that's my go done. I could look at the top card of my deck, discard it or put it back. Discard it. Okay. That's that go done. I've ate up a lot of points, a lot of shards that turn. No, I didn't play the the extra card group, did I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ka-ching! Over here, villain enters the city. Soul gem. Ambush. Ka-ching! Gain a shard. Soul gem gains a shard for each villain in the city. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I suspect I'm probably playing that wrong, and it probably should be that there were 4 in the city before he went in, but never mind, I'm making it deliberately harder for myself. Right, once per turn gain 2 shards. 1, 2. Let's get my shield stuff down first. Play Gamora, gain 2 shards. So what am I at now? 5, 6, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I can do 1 hit on Thanos if I trigger this ability. So I play that and that. A villain of your choice gets no fight from shards this turn. Oh no, I can't. It doesn't affect the mastermind. That keeps him on. I've got 1 Infinity Gem in play, so that brings it from 26 back down to 24. And I've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Too short. Save it for next turn. I'll fight somebody in the city then. So 3, 4, 5, 6 maximum. I'll go for Shatter Axe. Put a shard on each hero in the HQ. When a player gains that hero, they gain that shard. Wow. Okay. Doing some manipulating of things here to get some out of play. Right, anyway, okay. Right, so yeah, that was that go all done. Draw up. 1, 2, 3. Over here, villain enters the city. Phalanx. I don't think I'm going to get very far here, am I? Fight. Reveal a tech hero or KO. I'm not fighting him. I'm not fighting him anyway, not just yet. Just double checking as well. I think when that villain deck runs out, it's game over anyway. Okay, if that runs out, it's a draw. Right. Oh, I'll take that. So, what have we got here? Once per turn, gain a shard. So that's now we've got 3 shards. Play back Groot for an extra card this turn. I will play. Choose an artifact. I'll pick gain a shard. Then I have villain of your choice gets no benefit from shards. and another, and then another 1 fight, and then you gain a shard for each other Guardians card you played this turn. I've played 4. Any of these are 5. That one's a 5. So I gain 1, 2, 3, 4. I gain 4, so I gain a 5 and put 1 back. Right, so fight wise, I am at 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I can remove a I think I will use these 2. I get 1 of those. I get both of those. I have a noisy cat, just 1 minute. So are you. Hey? Right. Yeah, so I played, so I've got 3, so I've just taken the 2 gems. So that's my go done. 1, 2, 3. Evil wins when a player controls 4 Infinity Gem artifacts. So I think control means that they're in play. So at the moment I've only got 1 in play, although I do have quite a few in my deck, I think. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, and I played that group card last turn, didn't I? So I get an extra 1. Right, back over here. Villain enters the city. It's Phalanx again, of course. You can tell when they're from the original set because the artwork is exactly the same on each one. Okay, so I've got a 1-star there. Let's play Infinity Gem. Before you play card from the villain deck, it's that one again. Then I have two by. Oh, also gain 2 shards. Some of these 5s, that's another 5. In fact, let me just make sure I'm doing that right. So there, change that 2 into 2 1s. So switch those over. And I'm gaining 2, 4. So that's a 1. I flip it to make a 5. That's, yeah, so 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm still not going to be able to do it. Oh no, we've got 2 Infinity Gems in play now, so that brings it down by 4. So we lose that. So that brings it down to 22. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. That's all I can do. No, 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I can take 1 hit at Thanos. Let's do it. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 from that artifact, 22. After you fight a mastermind, you take 1 of its shards and return the rest to the resupply. I said I wanted to at least have 1 hit at Thanos before this game was over, and I have done. So I take Thanos's first Master Strike. I think I rescue that bystander, so that goes into my victory pile. And the strike is fight. Each other player discards an Infinity Gem artifact they control, so you lose that one. But that is one of the 4 rounds of Thanos defeated. And I also have 2, 3, 4, 5 buy points. So I will buy... I guess all I can do is buy these 2. I'm going to gain those shards. The shop fills back up. This go is over. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This game's going to be over soon anyway. We've only got 3 more individual turns before the villain deck runs out. Right, over here, let's say 2 more turns. It's the Mind Jam. Okay, so I'm going to play the Space Jam. Once per turn you may move a villain to another city place. If another villain is there you may swap them. If you swap move any villains in this way, gain a shard. So I will swap the Soul Gem with the Phalanx, gain a shard. I have a wound, so that's obviously not going to do anything. I've got 3 buy points there. I've got 2 fight, which isn't going to do anything unless I top it up with one of those. What happened to my once per turn get 2 fight? It was that power gem. Gain 2 shards. You may spend shards to get resource points this turn. So I will gain 2 shards, and then I will spend 7 shards to get the big Thanos, big Drax. That leaves me with 3 resource points left. In fact, let's say I used the cards and didn't use 3 of those shards. Okay, let's that go done. Draw back up to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Back over here. Villain card. Scheme Twist. Everyone with an Infinity Gem in play. That's both of them. They enter the city. This could turn around the game. Boom. So escape number 1. Boom. Escape number 2. Put a shard on each Infinity Gem in the city. Because these 2 have escaped, we have to KO a hero costing 6 or less. Let's KO 2 Star-Lords. Right, so what can this guy do? Can he hit Thanos? No, because we've just lost our 2 Infinity Stones. We've got 3, 6, 9, 10, 16, 17. Let's play that artifact. It gives me a +1 fight. A villain of your choice takes no bonus from shards this turn. Look at the top card of your deck, you may KO it. KO a wound, excellent. Then, no, it's discard it or put it back. Play the Groot for an extra card next turn, which won't happen. I play, choose an artifact another player's got. Let's gain a shard. Villain of your choice gets no thingies. Villain of your choice gets no thing is. So we'll go 3, 6, 7. 3, 6, 7. So I'll do the 6 to get that one. So let's add some 6. So I've got 1 left of my cards. So 1. Do I want to take another stone out? So that's 7. 3, 6, and plus the 1 left over from my card, 7, and I get 1 of those back. That's my go done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we get an extra card from playing that group last time, 7. Right, over here, villain enters play. So is it game over as soon as you draw the last one, or is it when you go to draw one? Yeah, finish the turn. Then we've successfully survived, but we didn't defeat the villain. So I've got a wound, can't do anything with that. Gain 2 shards. Plus 2 turns, gain 2 shards. So basically I've got 4 spend points and up to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 attack. 6 spend points and 8 attack. 4 spend points. Let's buy a rocket. And then 6 attack. Let's take Captain Atlas. Go is over. Game is over. So now we tot up it's classed as a draw, but we tot up the victory points of all our defeats. So 1, you can see that, but there was a little tiny number just there in a red circle. There are victory points, 2, 3, 4. So that player only got 5 victory points, whereas over here we got 4, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23, 24, 25 victory points. So a little bit one-sided in terms of fighting. I think mainly it was because of all of these extra artifacts and fight bonuses that they were getting. But yeah, Thanos really tough. Although I think that is known. He's a bit of a bad one. Okay, well that's it. Thank you very much for watching. If you've been watching, I don't know whether you stayed till the end, Smegger. Thank you for joining us earlier. So thank you very much, and I'll play again another time. Bye.